What's up, guys? Jason here. Just want to check in. Um, yeah, it's been about a little over a week since my last video, and um, I've been busy. Just living life, doing a bunch of things, and um, through my busyness, I'm realizing like um, being busy doesn't necessarily mean you're being successful. You're being efficient. No, I mean, there's so many different angles you could take off this, but like, um, initially, right when you're starting out, like quitting any addictions or substances, like to be busy is a good thing. I don't care what you're doing, like as long as it's productive, like good stuff you're doing. Um, to like just get your mind off of old habits. Just stay busy, occupy your mind. Don't have a lot of time like sitting idling when you're just fresh out quitting something, because you'll just fall back into temptations and dwell on it, and it's just going to be a lot harder. Not saying you're going to go back to it necessarily, but it's just going to make your experience more challenging. But the point I was making here is like, I find myself super busy doing all this stuff, um, and I'm not giving myself enough time to rest. I'm not getting enough sleep on average. I'm still drinking too much coffee, drinking too much caffeine. I've definitely cut back, but I want to get rid of that altogether. So yeah, I'm finding that like even just sitting still, like just meditating when I'm tired, like just from a busy work day, it like refreshes me, like recharges me, because there's so much more rest than just sleeping, you know. um, it's good to rest our minds. It's good to just take a break and just sit and meditate and let your mind still be still. Just your emotions can just get thinking about this, thinking about that, worried about this. Oh, I got this to take care of. Oh, this bill's coming up. It's good to just like just sit here and just relax. Just relax. You know. And I used to like meditate twice every day. Like strictly, and that really did so much for me. Um, I refer to that verse so many times, like Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. No matter where we're at in life, no matter what stage we're at, how old we are, what we've accomplished, we're gonna have things, or we're gonna be dealing with that unknown factor of life. Like there's so many unknown things that are constantly ahead of us, and it's good to be at peace with that. It's good to be at peace with the unknown, um, and just trust God. Trust that we don't have to have it all figured out. Isn't that a good thing? Isn't that awesome? Like we don't have to have every little aspect of everything figured out. No, it's good to plan. It's good to be organized. It's good to, you know, have vision towards the future. But yeah, we're never gonna have it all figured out. So I've really grown in that, and just like doing my part for sure. We got to do our part. When with stewarding our life, and being diligent, not just sitting back passively, but also resting, trusting. If you're doing, um, if you're basically doing what you should be doing, then things are gonna work out. Like it's like a law. If I like we use working out for example. If I work out diligently 5 days a week at least, like eat healthy, clean my diet up. Like there has to be a change. You're not going to see it right away. It's funny. I can go for a 5 mile run and then like look at myself. I look exactly the same. But doing that consistently, compounded that over time, you're gonna have results, and that's to apply to any area in our life, man. If we're doing what we should be doing in certain areas, we're gonna see positive results. It has to come. So, using this to like quitting addictions, like it's crazy, like how much a person can grow by just stopping addictions, stopping substances, letting yourself go through some pain, but to grow, to learn how to cope, to learn how to, live how we're more meant to live. We're not meant to diagnose ourselves and write up all these prescriptions for ourselves for all these different drugs we're supposed to take for how we're feeling today and how we're feeling tomorrow. And it's that's what I used to do. I used to take all of these substances to try to monitor my emotions, at least keep my emotions stable and if not high, right? And and it worked for a little bit, but then came the the after effect, right? Where like my normal mood was down here, and I'd have to take whatever substance to even just get me here, right? Because if I didn't have anything, I'd just be feeling so low, and that's what addiction does. Is like feels good right away, it's fun right away, but then it's less fun, less fun, less fun. Then you got to do it just to feel normal. And what even is normal? Like what is normal? Normal is not using anything. Being sober, being like a kid. So yeah, and just quitting stuff, man. You grow in so many crazy areas and angles. It's like your mind expands and you grow in just like inconceivable ways, like ways that are beyond like describing with words. It's crazy, like I went to the state fair yesterday with a bunch of friends, and I went to the state fair last year when I just quit kratom. I was like a week or two off of kratom when I went to the state fair, and I tell you what, like I had the craziest anxiety last year. Like just being around so many people. Felt like a newborn fawn, a newborn deer, like just barely learning how to walk, like that's how I felt last year when, at the state fair, just quitting. And now this year, like I felt I had a lot of fun, didn't have any anxiety. There was a little bit of anxiety because I always used to go to the state fair just to get wasted with friends, just to go party with friends, and so like one thing we do there is we just drink beers, right? We would drink beers all day there because they might sell mixed drinks, but usually all they sell is beer there, and then. Yeah, me and my friends would just go there, get drunk, hit on girls, and party, And now, like, I'm sober, and I still have those memories, like, see everybody walking around with beers. So that really made me feel a little weird. Like, I had, like, the old me was like, oh, man, let's have a beer. And I'm like, nah, dude. Like, I'm not even going there, And, funny story, I guess, since we're on this topic. One year at the state fair, I got so drunk, I brought a flask of Captain Morgan to the fair, and I passed out on a park bench. in the middle of the fair, I like lost my friends. I just passed out on this park bench. I lost my phone, lost my sunglasses, and I got woken up on this park bench at 2 in the morning, getting handcuffed. Because the park closes at midnight. And here I am just sleeping away. Wake up getting handcuffed, and I have no idea what I did. So I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? And they're like, sir, it's 2 in the morning. We found you sleeping at the park on this park bench, and the park's closed. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, I passed out and it's 2 in the morning. Okay, you arrested me. Like, all right, I get it. And I had a weed pipe, a little pinchy in my pocket, and they put me in their squad car, and I managed to like get my pinchy out of my pocket, and like stash it in the police car on the way to the police station. And then I got to the police station and they searched me, and thankfully by that time I already got rid of the pipe I had on me. But then I had to call my dad. It was like 3 in the morning to come pick me up. Come pick your drunk son up, Dad, at 3 in the morning. And yeah, that was a long time ago. But I was like 23, so I was like, like 8 years ago or something. But yeah, like that's who I used to be. That's what I used to do. So it's just a funny story. But yeah, guys, another weird thing that's going on is like, we're not really going on, but the other night, man, I had a dream that I was smoking cigarettes again, and I was like smelling the cigarette, like, and having these cravings in my dreams, and like lighting up a cigarette, and friends would be like, man, you don't even smoke anymore, and I was like, I know I don't, but I'm just gonna have one right now. And then all of a sudden I'm with people smoking weed, and like, I'm like, I don't even want to do this. I'm not smoking weed. No. And then I have, what I think I was drinking too in the same dream. In one dream I was smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, drinking, and like, I don't know, like, I think a girl was trying to do something with me too in my dream. It was just the wildest thing, Like, even out being over a year complete sobriety, I'm still having dreams, because I've had dreams like this every once in a while this whole time. I've had so many dreams of me smoking weed after I quit, and next month will be 2 years without weed. So it's just crazy how the mind, or like the enemy, can just play tricks on us, because it feels real. It almost feels like I did those things, and I almost feel like the guilt from it, and I don't allow myself to feel that guilt, because it's a lie. It's an attack from the enemy. I've had friends who've had dreams like that, and then they end up like giving in to temptations in real life because of those dreams. And it's like, that's clearly an attack from the enemy, trying to get us to slip, trying to get us to feel guilt for doing something we didn't even do. Like, I believe those are demonic attacks in our dreams. So yeah, it's just very interesting. And just, man, gosh, there's just, I guess I'm finding some more to talk about, but I don't want this video to get too long, so I'll kind of cover on some more stuff on the next video. I just wanted to check in with you guys, say what's up, and just wish y'all well. Appreciate y'all. God bless you. Hang loose.